Okay. Now. Okay, obviously you can hear me watching myself in the background. Let me just turn that off. Alright, welcome to Warframe 101. It's just something I decided to do recently. I play Warframe a lot on PS4. I'm almost Mastery Rank 20, if that means anything to any of you. Basically it means I'm a fairly high level player of Warframe. I know how it all works. I really enjoy the game. But I also know that it's really bloody difficult to get across when you first start. So I thought I'd do Warframe 101. I'm going to hopefully start recording these every week. I am going on a holiday during April for a little bit, so I'm going to miss a couple of weeks, but that's life. I want to try and do an hour a week, just introducing different concepts of the game. So you might be watching live on Twitch, and if you are, thank you. Ask questions, I might be able to answer them. If you're watching on YouTube, I will try to put down important time breaks, or whatever the hell they're called, down in the comments, so you can skip to bits that might be important, because it will be an hour-long stream. And maybe you don't want to watch the whole damn hour, because it's a hell of a lot of your life to be missing. Anyway, let's get into it. So what is Warframe? It's a third-person action game. It's a whole lot more than that. It's really, really complicated. There are very strong RPG elements to it. Yeah, realistically, you get to just play with a whole bunch of different weapons and all sorts of stuff. So we'll get into that as we go along. The idea is, when you start out the game, you are a Tenno, who's like a race of warriors. Very basically, that'll change as we progress through the story, but you're essentially a race of warriors that were put to sleep at the end of a big war years and years ago. There's two factions left over. You can see on this screen on the left there, those box-headed dudes, they're the Corpus. They essentially represent corporate greed, and on the right is the Grineer, who are clones, military clones, and they essentially represent, I guess, the military. And these are the two main factions that you know of when you first start the game, and they're sort of battling out in our current solar system. That's where the game plays out. And yeah, you are woken up by the guy on the right, because he wants to control the Warframe, because he knows that he might be able to win the war if he can start it off at also the new game. So yeah, I should mention this is Plains of Eidolon. I'm playing, it's the middle of March 2018. The reason, because I YouTube, and if someone watches it in a year's time, they might find that some of this stuff has changed, because Warframe, it changes very, very often. Very, very often, just due to player feedback, different things that get added into the game. So the cool thing is you can fly your little ship in your loading screens. You can fly it, you can do not much else. But here I am, flying in my beautiful machine. I'm sorry for singing. Okay, I'll let
For generations you've slept. No purpose, no call to wake you. But now, something has risen from the ruins of the old war.
Okay, what could that be? So clearly this is Earth. Spaceship's flying down. Shit's about to go down, I guess. I haven't watched this in about a year. Longer.
Lost and waked me, Maurice. Moon.
Let's go. Ooh, he's a bad guy.
The Twin Queens, the sisters, have sent their most beloved commander, Vor, on an urgent mission.
So the Twin Queens are in charge of the Grineer.
To protect the twisted crusade they have begun. to transform the scattered colonies into an empire. To see that the Tenno, hidden and asleep, will never awake.
I got caught.
Okay, so you can kind of guess what's going to happen here. Now, if you do play the game a lot, you see these little machines fairly often in different missions. So where they're going now is essentially into the void, and they can't get through that. Stargate basically repels them unless they use that little machine. I didn't think it was going to cut to here, but it did. Okay, so now I get to choose my Warframe. There are 3, obviously, on offer. There's Excalibur, there's Mag, and there's Vault. Realistically, it used to be that Excalibur was the only right choice to make because he was virtually impossible to get any other way within the game unless you bought him with real-world dollars. But they've changed that recently, only in the last month or 2. So Excalibur's far easier to get earlier in game. Vault is easy to get once you join a clan, and Mag you can get fairly early in game as well. So the choice at the start just comes down to what you prefer. So obviously Vault, he's got some buffs for team members, so he can give everyone a speed boost. But he also has a shield and he can electrocute dudes. Electrocuting people is pretty cool. Excalibur, he's a sword bro basically, so he's got a slash dash. He can blind enemies, which is useful when you're in a crowd. And he's got what's called an exalted blade, which basically he can slash at dudes and send a wave of energy that kills them. He's very, very high powered, very fun to use, very popular. I'm going to start with Mag. She is, obviously based on her name, she controls magnetism. I haven't used her a lot even on PlayStation, but that's why I thought I'd start out. So when I started on PlayStation years ago, I chose Excalibur, and I chose very specific weapons, so I get to choose weapons after this a little bit as well. But this time I'm going to choose Mag, because I'm going to take a different path to what I took when I started the PlayStation 1. So, confirm.
Wake up.
There I am.
I see the Lotus has tried to wake you. Pity she's too late. You're my prize now, Tenno.
He's basically just put a wheel lock on it.
No! We are taking this one with us.
What has he done to you? I can't lose another Tenno. I am surging your Warframe's power systems. Quick,
Okay, so
use
now
your
I've got
power.
control.
Defend yourself.
So the game's telling me to press right button and press A, which uses pull. Now for some reason it's killing dudes, usually it doesn't. I suppose because this is just teaching you how to play the game. That's why. So there we are. That's taught us to use our
An
powers.
extraction
One of
ship
the
is
things it
on its
doesn't
way,
really...
but the Grineer will be hunting you. Arm yourself.
No worries. So one of the things the game doesn't really tell you is to use your abilities. You press RB, and you see in the bottom right hand corner there, you've got the 4 abilities mapped out against the face buttons. A, B, X and Y. So you've got 4 abilities. A lot of people just press RB because once you've used it once, RB basically binds to the last ability you use. So I can press that and it uses it. And I haven't unlocked any of the others yet. So it just it has trouble teaching people what to do, as per a lot of games. So press L to toggle sprint. So I'm going to run. Look at me, yay! And I'm going to jump. Now I'm choosing a melee weapon. There's a bow, big ass staff, and a sword. Last time I played, I chose the sword, so this time I'm going to choose the bow. Pick it up with X again. Okay. Now with melee, you attack with A. stealth attacks.
There's a cache of weapons ahead. Grab what you can.
I'll put a waypoint down. I don't know how waypoints work on Xbox. Alright. More weapons. Last time I chose the pistol. It's a pretty shitty pistol, to be honest. All the weapons are a bit shitty when you start out in this game, but that's life. Let's pick up the kunai. So they're throwing knives. Now I have kunai, and I can hold LT to aim.
Good.
And
The extraction point is up ahead. Hurry before Vor finds out you escaped.
I didn't realize that. The kunai are pretty powerful. For, you know, what's realistically just a throwing knife. Then again, I wouldn't want a throwing knife to be thrown at my head either, but still.
Salvage team, why have you not reported in?
So yep, while you're running, you can hold this button to slide, and then you can press A to jump, and that does a bullet jump. And this is a really important move to understand early out in the game. Well, when you start the game, so you can actually do a bullet jump in any direction. So as long as you're crouching and you jump, you do a bullet jump. So if I'm looking up, I can jump up and do a bullet jump. Really useful move. Pretty much the most
Take
important.
what you can. You will require resources to build yourself into a diverse and effective warrior.
So just collecting stuff. When you start out the game, you pretty much start with nothing, which is a real pain in the ass. And when you actually come to build things
You made it.
later on,
There's the extraction ship.
you need a hell of a lot of gear. Oh, hello. I don't know what happened. I guess it did. There it is. It happened. Whoa.
You're not ready to face Vor now.
Yes, I
Use your
am.
melee weapon to block the beam and get inside.
My
do you mean,
decrepit
get
heart
inside?
is pounding. This
Yeah.
one is stronger than the rest. Lock the area down. This Tenno is mine.
Am I?
Quick, get to the console and release the lockdown. Do that, and I will guide you to your old ship. It's your only chance.
You guys have got no hope against me.
The Queens wants to destroy you, but I need to know more.
What button do I press? X. Release the lockdown. Release Roderick!
Get out of there, Tenno. You will have to face Vor another time, when you're fully restored.
So we collect stuff.
Grenier, my son,
Attack.
prepare the reinforcements. We need that Tenno.
Don't we just? Okay. So it's a very fast-moving game.
Tenno flows like fire over the battle terrain. Do you remember how to dash across walls?
It's teaching me to wall jump. There we go. A wall jumps, a wall. It's just there's a lot of abilities to remember, and most people will start playing this game, use their abilities initially, and then completely forget about them. So it's important not to forget about them. So this one is obviously an automatic rifle. This is a bow. When I started, I chose the automatic rifle, and seeing I'm doing the opposite this time, I'm going to choose the bow. I'm not a huge fan of bows, or at least I never used to be, but they,
I'm not sure what Vor
they
has done
recently
to your
kind of buffed
Warframe,
them.
but we cannot remove
So
it
you
now.
used to have to
Just
hold
keep going.
for
Your ship
over a
is up
second
ahead.
to charge the bow. So every time you wanted to pull, you had to do like this. Now it charges in half a second. So you can fire much more easily. Also, I'm having trouble hitting this dude. He's half dead. Come on. The good thing about the bows is it does pin people to walls, which is kind of fun. Okay, so the red balls that it's dropping, that's health. I don't need any health because I'm full health. You can see my health in the top right, 75. You start off with low health. The blue one's shield, obviously. Well, not so obviously, I guess, depending on how many video games you've played, but hey, who am I to teach you? Who am I to say? So sometimes you see these fluffy blue balls that, blue balls? that enemies drop when you kill them.
There it is, your ship. Hurry.
Energy.
Vor's reinforcements must be on their way.
Energy is what you need to use your abilities. So there's a fluffy ball. Hey, fluffy ball.
Disengage the suppression system so we can
And they're
restart the
also
ship.
dropping,
You'll have to bypass the security on that panel.
So this is a hack. So it's pretty easy. Just click when it goes over it. So click, 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 and it's hacked. I'm a hacker. I'm a hacker, Mom.
Stop touching me, you... What? Are my sensors deceiving me? Operator, is that you?
Enemy reinforcements are here. Ship Cephalon, we require immediate extraction.
The operator is in danger? I will need a few moments to cycle the engines.
Defend the ship.
Tanya, are you afraid? You cannot hide from these old eyes. I marked you. You will return to me.
Frick.
Keep going. Nobody knows you're here.
Okay. Guy? Oh, I got them both. Nice.
Tenno, the ship is ready. It's time to leave.
Oh, okay. That just sort of happened. So really that's the training, teaches you how to use all the weapons, teaches you how to jump and move, and teaches you how to use your abilities. It's not the end of the first bunch of missions, so we'll do a couple more. It's really just an introduction to how Warframe works. When you're in a mission. This is a daily tribute. Obviously, you get one of these every day, and when you open it up,
Operator,
it awards you with something.
returned.
So you can see down in the bottom right, the far corner, it says day 50.
My former self.
So
I cannot
get
serve
a
the
bigger
operator in
reward on
such
day
a condition. Order me to self-destruct. I will understand.
So I will open up my daily tribute. The dude that was just talking to me, so I got Oxium. Oxium is a really rare resource. I'm pretty happy
for
with
this
that.
old technology. It is superior to theirs. Perhaps there are systems left in the orbiter compartment?
So this is our ship.
Look at this madness.
And
Those
Ordis
savages.
is talking now.
Components have been
He is
removed.
the,
The lower orbiter compartments have no life
It's
support.
basically the
Why did
mind
the
or the
operator
AI that
abandon me?
controls the ship. There's a fairly detailed story behind him.
Arsenal
that
management
takes
could
a
be
long
restored
time to
if the
figure out.
operator wishes
So
it.
I've got 400 or 500 hours on the PlayStation, and I have hardly even got anywhere with his story. So, here's our ship. There's all sorts of stuff. This is essentially your own personal quarters. It's always yours. As you get through the game, you can decorate it and do all sorts of things. At the moment, it's pretty bare bones and dull. Let's open up this. This is our arsenal. We plugged it in. It's working now. How lucky are we? Very, very,
You
very.
honor Ordis. Now I can supply the operator with better monitored firepower. Oh,
So the arsenal
the
is basically where
violation.
you go to change your loadouts.
Those have been looted as well.
So you go to arsenal.
We
and
need to
there.
figure out what Captain Vor
So that
has
we can
done to
change all
you
of
and
these
stop
things.
him. But we'll need help.
They're just gonna
I've
keep
found a
talking to us.
communication segment we might salvage for your
Okay,
ship. When you
Lotus.
are ready, activate your navigation system.
Ordis hopes the
so
operator will punish
all
the
of
video
these
for dismantling it.
weapons, everything here you can change. So as you unlock more Warframes, you can change them just like a weapon or whatever the case may be. So the goal is to try and unlock different Warframes. They all have different abilities. You may or may not have known that, but that's how that works. They essentially act as a role or a class, I guess, because it's different. Some are DPS, some are healers, and so on and so forth. So Mag is kind of CC, I guess. She's crowd control. She never used to be very effective, but she's becoming more effective since they recently buffed her. You can see you can also change appearance, so I can press X, and there's all sorts of different skins you can have for them to make them look in different ways. I love this Mag-Grak skin, it's really cool. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different skins you can get. This one's really nice too. But they generally cost real world money. Well, what it says there is 40 platinum. Platinum is the premium currency in the game. Up the top of the screen you can see I've got 3,000 credits and 50 platinum. So I could use that 50 platinum to buy this Mag Immortal skin or something like that. But realistically, if you're just starting the game, you should not be using your starter platinum on that. And let me explain why. I'll go to my inventory. Equipment, inventory. So you can see here, I'll go to Warframes. I've got Mag, and I have one other open slot. That's it. So essentially, if I collect another Warframe, I can only have one other Warframe. So really, I want more Warframe slots. So you can see here, Warframe slot, 20 platinum. That's what I should and will buy. I'm going to buy one right now. Bam, see? So now, I can get another 2 Warframes. So I'm actually going to play the game as if I was a brand new player. I'm going to try not to spend any money on this, which means I'm going to have to actually grind through it and make weird decisions that I didn't have to do on PlayStation, because I did end up buying Platinum, which got rid of a lot of these problems that I have right now, but they're not problems yet. It's the same with weapons. See, I've got my 3 weapons, but I've also only got 5 other slots. That's it. So there's not much I can do with only 5 weapon slots, because the number of weapons in this game is astounding. Anyway, back to the arsenal. So I was showing you something with Mag. You can change her up. So we looked at skins. There's things called Syandanas. So Syandanas are basically like capes. And awesome little cool things that you can hang off the back of them that make them look even cooler. There are attachments, which is basically armor. So you can see there on her. So you can add little bits of armor. So it's all about self. Yeah, right, big chest, whatever, I'm sure you get it. Regalia is essentially a sigil symbol of mastery. So basically, as you progress through the game, there are syndicates that you can join. You probably know what a syndicate is. So you join a syndicate, they're just like factions within the game, and by representing them you can level up your reputation, and the way that you represent them is by wearing their sigil. So that's what that's all about. Now the interesting thing about all of this is that you can change the colors of everything. So I'm just clicking random and going through a whole bunch of different random options, but yeah, you can basically change the colors of everything, and all of this is across everything as well. So your Syandana, you can change the colors. Your attachments, you can change the colors. Your regalia, you can change the color of it, and things like that. So I'm just going to leave her like this. She looks alright. You can also change the colors of all your weapons, which makes Warframe crazy cool in terms of customization. The game really feels like it is yours, as opposed to being, you know, someone else's, I guess. Yeah, so that's something I love about the game. But anyway, I digress. Later on we'll get a companion. We don't have one yet. Let us continue. Back at it. Damn, Daniel. Alright, so this is navigation. It's telling me I need to restore the ship's comms. So how do I do that? Let's have a look. Go on to navigation. It's taking me to Earth. There's a thing that's throb shining. That's what I like to call it. Throb shine. This is throb shining to tell me that this is my next quest, so I will do it. Let's restore those ship comms. Let's do it. Show them who's boss. Excuse me, just had some water. Alrighty then. A bit of flying, why not? May as well. You can skip the cinematics. I should have shown you the cinematic. What a tool. Well, I'll do that next time.
The segment you need is in a nearby data vault.
I'm just so used to skipping
Infiltrate the
them.
vault and retrieve the segment.
To save time. Alright, there's Vor taking up half my screen.
Breaking through, I see the shadows of your
100 stealth
mind.
kills. I don't think that's going to happen. Alright, so in these early missions, those voiceovers take up half the bloody screen. That's really annoying. But it does go away. So it's only in these training missions, and by the time you finish the training missions,
a variety of security
that
measures.
doesn't happen again.
How you defeat those measures is up to you.
Okay, so it's telling me to go to A, so why not? May as well. Let's do it. Let's go to A. Hey. Okay, so you can see a mini-map in the top left-hand corner of the screen. It helps me learn where to go, but it's hard to see everywhere, so I can press... Okay, I can't press up. Different on PlayStation. On PlayStation, when I press up, I get a map. On Xbox, I get a waypoint. Cube raiding the dogs. A little arrow in the bum. Why not? That's what I did in there. I guess I did not. Okay, so I need to hack to get in.
The target
Click, click,
console is
click.
nearby.
Yeah.
If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
So, I'm just uncoordinated. Alrighty. So if I touched that orange dealy what's-it, it would have set off an alarm and it would have started counting down. So I need to get in there and steal data from that machine. It's telling me there, avoid alerting any enemies patrolling the vault. Okay, I will. Hey, I alerted him, but he's dead now, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so I just hack this security. Click, click, click. Click, I said. That's better. And then I go in here. Go, well, hey, how goes it, Vault? What do you got for me today?
Excellent work. A clean extraction with no alarms.
So I extracted
The
cleanly
segment is
with no
yours.
alarms.
Head to extraction.
Segment is mine. Now I'll just kill
As every
everyone. Why
moment
not?
passes, the
Bad
Esper
guys. Get out of my way,
burrows
bad
deeper,
guys.
revealing you.
Where are they? Can't hide on me, buddy. Oh. Alright. Hey, doggy. Going this way. Probably pissed off because he's got an arrow in his butt. And here I go. Now I can do an aim glide as well. Smoothly right on him. I got an achievement. Lucky me. I only did one, so I don't know why it gave me that particular achievement, but I'm not going to complain. Right, so you can see here there are item rewards and there's stats, and at the top there's your progress. So at the top of the screen you've got all my weapons and all that jazz, and basically how it's the XP for them are ranking up, so they can rank up to a total rank of 30, which is really important. I'll get to it because it's complicated. The item rewards, it depends on the planet. So I was on Earth, so I got some rubido, I got a comm segment, which is actually the quest reward. I got a bunch of credits. You'll always get credits. You'll get materials that are specific to the planet. So on this planet it was rubido, there's 4 materials that are specific to a planet, so you might get more than just one thing. In this case I didn't. And mod rewards. So mods are what make your weapons even cooler. So you can see this one, I got a damage serration. You only get damage mods when you're playing through these early missions. and then you stop getting damaged mods. They're just basically giving you good mods for free, but that aren't going to scale you up to end level of the game. You need to find the good ones later. So Serration, you can see there, it gives me 10% extra damage to my rifle. So that's really cool. And you can upgrade these cards, mods, and with each upgrade, they upgrade by the value of the base. So this one's 10%, so I can actually upgrade this one 3 times, which means it would get up to 40%. So 10, 20, 30, 40% damage. The full version of Serration that you get later on is something like, it goes up to 120% damage or something. It's even more than that. I can't remember what it is, 160? It's something ridiculous. So basically, mods are how you make your weapons more powerful. Hornet Strike's the same thing for pistols, Pressure Point's the same thing for melee. Anyway.
Orbiter Void Cloak engaging. Welcome back, Operator.
All my weapons,
The Operator has recovered a segment. Install it now. Ordis patiently awaits its installation.
Where do I install it?
Get communications online. I must analyze what Vor Assassination is doing to your Warframe.
There you go.
This technology
Yeah,
is
I've got a
beyond the
market.
Grenier.
Ooh, I can buy
It must
stuff.
be Corpus
Look at
in
me.
origin.
Systems
I also have my
engaging.
Codex online,
I
which is good.
suppose this will do.
The Codex
Ordis is
shows
grateful.
all your quests. These are all the quests in the game. So the quests are basically story missions.
The Operator is now
Unlock certain
connected
things
with
within
other
the-
system. The Operator may not black market scumbags. Contact arms dealers.
And if I go to...
Excellent idea, Ordis.
it's not gonna let me
Tenno,
do anything.
we need to make contact with a
Let's
Corpus
turn off this
defector
stupid thing.
sympathetic to the Tenno cause. They will, of
Do I unlock
course,
this?
require
No.
compensation.
Of course they will.
You see what Ordis is referring to, Operator?
Alright,
In
can I
this
do
case,
stuff now? Okay.
compensation
So now I
will
go to
not be
navigation.
credits. It will
I'll
be
show you what I
freedom.
was talking about before.
I've updated navigation. You will need to break him out of
I
a
click
Grenier
R3,
gulag.
it'll tell us what materials are available on this planet. Alright, rubido, neurodes and detonite ampules. So later on when I'm actually searching for specific things, I can come to the planet and go, oh shit, what do I need? So let's just zoom out for a second. So there's the whole map. This is everything, all the planets. So if you look at Earth again, you can see how many missions are on Earth. Now these missions, they're not missions that are composed of or that make up the quests. They're just missions. They're just Earth missions that I can do any old time I like. It's separate to these. So this one that's Throb Shining, that's a quest. And that's not actually part of any of these other things. So it just goes to show how much content is in the game, which is a shitload. Anyway, let's do this. Let's go kill dudes. Big yawn. Apologies. Tired tonight. Everybody Wang Chong tonight. Flying. I'm not going to. I want to show you because it looks pretty good. Leaving the ship. Here I am.
The arms dealer is named Darvo. He's being held in the prison block on the other side of this factory complex.
Ah, yes, he is. Let's go find old Darvo, eh?
How many Grenier slaves died to build this place?
7.
Darvo is out for himself, but he is sympathetic toward the Tenno. The Grenier must have found out.
The
Well, what is
Ascaris
the
is
director?
working, breaking through.
So the Ascaris is the thing that's on my ankle.
the shadows
He's trying
of
to
your
use to
mind.
control me. He sees the shadows of my mind. What a lucky
Don't
guy.
let Vor distract you. Focus on the mission. It's our only hope of figuring out this link with him. They spotted you.
Okay, let's go then. Oh, they're all dead.
This is the prison block.
Alright, so this is the
If you can
prison block.
avoid detection
Oh,
by the
exciting.
warden, it may
It's
be
heavily
easier to get
fortified.
Dargo
Survey
out.
the area and proceed with
Bypass the
caution.
security so
No.
we can enter.
I will do exactly as I please, thank you. Okay, so I've opened the lockdown area. Yeah, he's in one of these two cells. There he is. Hey,
I
Davo.
owe
How
you
you
for
going,
this,
old
Tim.
fella?
I will get my entourage to meet us in orbit once we clear
Now,
of
the
this
interesting
mess.
thing about doing these rescue missions
Extraction is
is
ready.
if you give them a
Remember,
weapon,
your
they just
success
draw
here
fire
depends on
because they
getting
start
Dargo
shooting
out of
people
there,
and they get
alive.
themselves killed. So don't give them a weapon. I'm going to hack the security. The other thing is, you can move as fast as you like, and as long as they don't die and you get to the end of the
The
mission,
Lotus
you're all
must
good.
be desperate to send you fetching
They
greedy
basically just get
fools
dragged
from the
along with you.
corpus.
So the faster I go,
Give me a sidearm, Tino. I'll cover you.
you can see on the minimap that he keeps just getting... Ouch! My head! Ah! You're hurting me!
Now the Ascaris has burrowed
gets
deep
transported.
enough
There he is.
to
Take
give me influence. Shall we see how your shields work?
Yeah, let's see.
The Ascaris is letting Vor control your shield. We must figure out how to remove it. Avoid taking damage while I try and block him.
Alright, so... I'm apparently supposed to avoid taking damage, but stuff that. I'll just do exactly as I please. Oh, okay. I fell over there. Getting some achievements. That's very nice. Tasty. So I got to the end. Yay me. Got some new mods. So you might notice these are gold and then the one down there stretch is silver. So essentially that comes down to the rarity. So there's bronze, silver and gold rarity mods. There are others, but at this stage of the game there's only bronze, silver and gold. So it goes to show how, you know, the kind of effect that they have. So vitality is a really important mod. It increases your health, very much necessary. Stretch is pretty good. It gives you more ability range. It depends on who you're using. And Intensify is really, really good because it gives you ability strength, so it makes your ability stronger and kill dudes even more. Continuity gives you more duration on your abilities, which is super cool as well. And Redirection gave us some shield capacity. So let's see if I got a bloody mod segment.
I see the operator can enable the mod segment now.
Yes!
Ordis will be delighted to show you how to upgrade your arsenal. May I recommend fire?
Alright, so we're going to do our mods now. Thank
Operator,
you.
I've linked the mod segment to your arsenal now. No
So,
need to thank me.
when you come to this
Upgrade
section
your
of the mods,
Warframe now.
it's just about
Go to the
upgrading
arsenal
mods and
to
doing
see
stuff,
the
so you
weapon
don't
upgrade
really
options
need
you
to come
have.
here. In fact, I rarely come to the mod Foundry, mod machine dealy, what's it? I think that's what it's called. I usually do all my mods through the arsenal for reasons I'm about to
Ordis
show you.
patiently awaits
So,
compliance in
now
using
I
the
can
new
press
arsenal
Y.
features. It is for the operator's own good.
So up the top of the screen,
An
you can
excellent
see
find,
there's 8
operator.
slots.
There are hundreds of
8.
these mods to
There's
locate.
2 extra ones
If my
for
calculations
Warframes,
are correct,
but
there are
8
exactly
slots for
a lot
all
of
your weapons
possibilities.
and Warframes.
Install the mod before
Stop
we can
talking,
continue.
dude. Okay. So there's 8 slots that you can put Warframe mods in, and there are all of these slots down here for all of the mods that you collect. Now, you can see on the mods, in the top right hand corner of the mod, there's a number and a little symbol. So the number refers to how much capacity it drains. So in the top left of the screen, I can't sort of point to it, top left of the screen you see the word capacity, and it says 2 of 2. So it means my total capacity is 2, and my available capacity is 2. So all I can put on is something that's going to be 2. Realistically, I want vitality on there, but that's going to use everything. So the other thing I was talking about is a little symbol. So you can see on these empty mod slots, they've got a symbol. What that actually is a polarity. So it's like an alignment. So you can see here this stretch has got the same symbol on it, what it does is it halves the cost. So if I put stretch there, it halves the cost, gives me 1 capacity, which would be really good if I had another dash mod, which is what to call them, but I don't. So it's pointless for me to put just range on because vitality is a better option. So I'm going to put vitality on, but see how it's gone red? It means don't put it there because you won't be able to. It actually increases the cost of the mod. So I'm going to put it here. Now I've taken up all my capacity, so now I have 0 available capacity of 2 total capacity, and my health has just jumped up from 90 to 112. Yay! So I'm going to do the same thing on my weapons.
Thanks for helping me out back there.
I've only got Serration.
And I often
Put that there, and
I recognize that
good thing is I can put it on the same polarity, so it's halving it.
We Corpus use something similar to keep
And
our
the bow.
robotics in line. So, to settle
you
my
can
debt,
see there
I give
that
you a
the
very
bow
expensive blueprint. For
It's
free.
not going to let me put it
Because
on.
I like you.
Okay,
And
stop
well, a lot of my customers don't live long with these
It's not going to let me put it on
weird
because the
toys up the
capacity,
system.
which you can't see because Talkie Face
Here,
is over.
use your Foundry to build a countermeasure device from this
Go away.
blueprint.
Go away,
Good
guy.
luck.
Said go away.
Vor Ascaris is burrowing into your Warframe.
Okay.
I'm worried it will affect your mind.
Now
I
bloody
can't
Lotus
lose you,
is
Tenno.
talking. So there's a
We
lot
must
of
restore
talking
the
to
ship's
start the
foundry
game.
immediately.
It's, quite frustrating.
A
Alright.
nearby ore extraction colony will have
talking,
the
lady.
foundry technology you need. I am certain they will
Seriously?
share it with you. Its location has been added to your navigation
Go
console.
away, Lotus. Alright, so pressure point. It's got 4 capacity, but I only have 2. Sorry, it has 4 mod drain, but I only have 2 capacity, so I can't put it on. I can't do anything because it's got a different polarity as well. If I had the same polarity, I could put pressure point on because it would only cost 2, but I can't do that. The other thing you'll notice is melee weapons have this extra slot up the top. This is a stance slot. So essentially what it does is it unlocks combos, but it does a couple of other things. When I get a stance mod, I will explain it. For now, it'll just confuse things, so I won't. Let's move on. Here we go. So now I'm a little bit more powerful. I have some extra stuff on it. They've told me to do things. I wasn't listening. So let's go to navigation. So locate the Foundry segment. I know what to do. I've got to do a mission.
Tenno, we may have a problem. The colony is unresponsive. Get to the surface so we can see what's going on.
Alright.
I was afraid of this. The Grineer are here, and I cannot find any
Smash it.
signs of living colonists.
Get stuff
You
out
still
of
have a
it.
job to do.
It's,
Find the
as good
Foundry
as it gets.
segment.
So always what you want to do is follow the yellow, because that's going to tell you where to go. I do like to, just smash things on the way. When I first started the game, I used to explore everywhere and try and find every little nook and cranny because I wanted to collect everything. The reality is I know now that there is so much in this game, it's just not worth doing it. But in the end, do
This
what's
was
fun.
once a prosperous, independent colony.
If you enjoy
until
searching
the
everywhere and
Grineer
doing
arrived.
everything, do it.
The queens fear you, but I will
I'm
show
just
them.
gonna smash
Their
through
love will
because that's
return
all
when I
I've
deliver you
actually
to
done
them.
for myself. Oh,
Tenno, are you there? The signal
yeah.
cannot be boosted any further. Hurry, you are running out of time.
I'm getting messages. Because my aim is shit. You're right.
You
You got me.
located the Foundry segment. Now pick it up.
Okay, so now I'm on this Foundry
Your
segment.
ship is one step
That's
closer to
telling me-
completion. Now, there is one more thing you need to do. Eliminate all Grineer and provide justice for the colonists.
Alright.
Soon the worm will be in your spine, and I will
See now, it
control
says
this
eliminate targets in the top
Warframe
left.
of yours. I will
This
purge
is an
your
elimination mission,
doting mother
obviously.
and bring you home.
And yeah, all I want to do is kill dudes. 4 of 33. So I just keep going to the red marker. Kill everyone in sight. And once I get to that 33, it will then... So you can climb walls. But because of that lip, it's not going to let me... Okay. Instead of climbing the wall, I'll just bullet jump up there. Where is this guy? Yeah, hiding. Scared. Maybe scared. Well, maybe he should be scared. Well, knowing my aim, he probably shouldn't be scared. It says perform 100. So basically, if I do that down the bottom, how it said no witnesses, if I do that and I achieve the goal that's set out for me, then
They spotted you.
I will be able to get extra XP. So it is really good to try and do them when you can. This one is virtually impossible because there's not going to be enough enemies for me to kill. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Oh mate, gonna die? Yeah, you are. Alright. I'll go open this one here. Pop shot. Who else? I'm just working my way through and missing everybody with my arrows because why not? It's entertaining that way. I only need to get 5 more dudes and we can move on. I missed. Hey, die. Don't run. I'm not used to using bows. My excuse. No. So now that it's changed to green, I can get to extraction and get the hell out of here. So I got the Foundry
Mission
segment.
complete.
That's what I wanted.
Excellent work,
It's
Tenno.
done. I'm moving on. Okay, so we got some new mods. What do we got here? Bane of Corpus. So Bane of Corpus, Bane of Grineer. Was there a third one? There shouldn't be because I haven't encountered any of the other factions yet. They're okay, I guess, if you're doing a mission against Corpus or Grineer, especially if you're doing a high level mission and you just want some extra damage against them, but generally I don't use them at the higher level now. Convulsion is a very good one. Fury is a very good one. Heated Charge is very good, so that's heat damage, it's attack speed with melee weapons, and electricity damage. So they're very, very useful to have. But of course you can see they're all damaged still.
Your Foundry segment is ready for installation, Operator. Will the Operator build a cephalon to replace me?
Okay, shut up. Stop nagging me. So we put our Foundry section in, and the Foundry is a Foundry. It's where I can build stuff. So I can look here and I can see I can
Foundry
input more
restored.
charges.
Here, the Operator will craft many powerful
Arc
weapons and
launcher
tools
is
to
interesting,
exact
because I thought I had
revenge
to
for
get that from,
dismantling me. To expand
Clan?
your arsenal.
Oh no, you get the launcher
Oh, no.
segment from the clan.
Operator, Our
So I have to build
component
this.
storage has been looted as well.
Oh
Typical
no!
Corpus. Sure, the blueprint is free, but jack up the components.
Of course.
Operator, we will need resources in order to build the countermeasure blueprint.
Who'd have thunk it? Alright, so you can see there I need Morphix, I need Salvage, I need Polymer Bundle. So I need to get these 3 things in order to be able to build the Ascaris Negator, which is going to take that thing off my foot.
If you're looking for resources, why didn't you just say so?
Alright, so this guy's going to come and
just
go
a
do a
place, but I
mission
demand an
and get some
apology.
resources.
My mother is no
Probably the
gymnast. She
exact
would never eat
resources
those
that we
things.
need to get that off. So
You
all
can
this
go
talking
straight to... Operator, I am sorry.
can end soon enough. I hope they
Wow.
just go away.
You may
and
want to get
allow
a new
me
ship
to
Zevlon
start.
when you can afford it.
My
Now
mission.
one seems
Come on.
glitched. I've marked your navigation
Come on,
to the
guys.
place I know. It's good for resources.
Excellent.
If you can
Let's
stand
do
the
it.
cold.
Now this should be the last of the initial missions, and might be where I finish up for the day. Because I didn't show you this. So this is basically chat, in-game chat. Most of it disappeared then because I'm now going into a mission, and you can only have
Darvo's
access
intel
to.
suggests that this outpost is host to several rich supply
You can only have
caches.
access to
Raid the
whoever else is
caches and
playing
take
with
what
you
you
when you're in a
need.
mission. I'll show you the
This
other stuff
outpost
later.
belongs to the
Right,
Corpus,
let's do it.
a secretive but extremely powerful merchant cult known to be
We're
working with
just
the
going
Grineer.
to
Darvo will fill you in.
Legions of robots,
caches.
mindless automatons,
Hi, guys.
freaking lasers. These guys are bad news, but they're also
So,
loaded.
This is where I
Why
get all
you're
my
here.
stuff from, which is what I need. And do the cache.
Keep moving. There is more here.
Technically this is stealing, but don't let that bother you. The Corpus aren't exactly beacons of moral fortitude either. They
Run,
sell
run,
anything
run,
to
run.
anyone. Don't get me wrong, I
So
like
of course, I
profit
should be stopping
a
and
lot,
getting more resources
but
as
I
I go
don't sell
along.
my wares to
But
the
I
damned
am
Grineer. That's
sort of
unforgivable.
just rushing through because
They
it's going to
spotted
end
you.
up being a long series, so I don't want to waste too much time during this early stuff. He says as he breaks every single box he walks past. But anyway, so when I first had this game on PlayStation, I had no idea about this passage up here, so this will help. So if I didn't destroy that camera, then I wouldn't have been able to get through the door. Well, I would have, but I would have been getting electrocuted if I went through the door. Alright. Smash up all this stuff, thank you.
Good work, but
I
you're
don't
not
need to
done
do
yet.
that.
Find the next cache. You almost have what you need.
Oh yeah, lady.
You have murdered my sons
I
and
did.
disgraced me
I did.
before my queens. But soon, the Ascaris will complete its task and bring you to me.
Yes, he is very annoying, talking over the top of you, constantly. Like I said, once you finish these initial missions, all that goes away. So you see the lasers over the door? Now they're gone. That's why we shoot the cameras. Anyway, let's go. Let's keep moving.
Time for extraction. You've got all you came for.
Okay, so you can see that thing giving them shield. Killed him.
The Ascaris has reached your mind and rendered your Lotus mute. You will return to me over
Buddy,
your
I'm
own
going to
free
go down
will.
here. Now I may as well get the Rosita as I go past. And then we're out.
You are mine.
Very good. Okay, so what have we got now? Enemy sense gives you some radar, not something I use. Yeah, there's a little bit of a glitch where you can't scroll when you're flying in your ship. That's alright, we'll be out of it in a sec. Alright, so flow. Flow is an extremely important Warframe mod because you get more energy that you can then use to use your abilities. I haven't been using my abilities much because I forgot, to be honest. Excuse me. So you can see I've got a whole bunch of stuff from that mission. I got everything I needed, in fact, to be able to build the dealy what's it that I need to build. So let's do it.
Are you alright?
We go down here, and we go to the Ascaris Negator, so you can see
This
there
part of your
it takes
journey
0
is
minutes to build.
over,
It costs
Tenno.
100 credits.
I
Plenty of
admire
credits.
you
We've got
for
all
your
the stuff I
struggle,
need, so now I
but now
instantly built.
I am
It said
part
0
of
minutes,
you.
but it meant 30 seconds. That's fine. I guess I'm okay with that.
Lotus, do something.
Can't be angry.
Help the operator.
We Grineer are millions tall, but without war, we are diseased, rotting, sterile.
Yeah.
But now we have you.
Okay. So he was just telling me a little bit of the
Operator,
story.
do not abandon
So when
me
you build
again.
something in your
Build
Foundry,
the countermeasure.
you click on it and you can grab it. Yay, I grabbed it.
I did this for my love, my queens. They will forgive my insubordination when I deliver you to
Take
them.
that. Take
Our
that.
love will be reborn as we
Now I'm happy
feed on
that
your
I'm spinning
divine
circles, but
blood.
Yay.
Our children will flourish without disease. And I will die at last. At
Okay.
peace.
Alright, bud.
Father,
Talk more.
grandfather,
Ooh.
what do you think you are doing? What a waste.
You got it over there.
Tenno. Good. You managed to disarm Vor Assassination. I thought I lost you.
Oh.
Oh no. The Ascaris had a tampering failsafe. It's burrowed into you and armed itself. We'll need to find Vor before it detonates. Get to navigation. Boarding a
we don't
Grineer
wanna
ship
die,
to
I
access
guess.
their personnel records
this
will
is
be the
actually
fastest
the
way to
last
find
mission.
Vor.
So basically this is a mission where I've
Operator,
got
what
to
are
go
you
up
waiting
down there and
for?
kill him. And that marks the end of the training, so I may as well do it, and that will be the end of
Or this
episode 1
assumes
of
finding
Warframe
Vor
101.
implies violence?
So what we've actually achieved here is we've learned how to use our Warframes, all of our different weapons.
Hello, operator. May I
some of
suggest
our
you access
abilities,
navigation and save your life? For my
we
sake.
have unlocked a whole bunch of things on our ship. So we've got our navigation console, which is here. We've got our Codex, which basically gives you access to all of your quests, but also there's some training, which is really important for new players to do. I recommend looking at these. At least the basics and advanced movement are important for what we've done in this episode. Other stuff is more future. We've unlocked the market, which will be important in future missions as well. Sorry, episodes. We've unlocked the Foundry, so we can now start to build stuff. We just need to collect stuff to build. We've unlocked the mods, so we can put mods on our stuff. And we've unlocked our arsenal, so once we get more weapons, we can change them. And at the moment, we can actually start to upgrade our... It's a bit dull, but let's do it. Oh, let's put it there. We can upgrade our weapons using all of our mods. So, let's go kill Vor, which will unlock some other stuff, and we'll continue next week after we kill Vor. Let's do it. Thanks for the follow, Worth Crits. Much appreciated. Hopefully you'll stick around for future videos and learn a little bit. Oh, I've got to choose this, don't I? Yeah, learn a bit about how Warframe works. I will be uploading these videos to YouTube once I figure out how to bloody do it. As well. Flying. So this is what's called an assassination mission. Assassination missions are really easy because all you have to do is find the dude that you need to assassinate and assassinate him. Really simple stuff. Alright, flying in, flying in. Alright.
The systems on this Grenier Galleon can be made compatible with your ship. Find and extract
In this
a
game,
navigation
always start with a
segment.
whole bunch of resources, which is why I like to destroy them. Alright. Oh, now I need to get a navigation segment. I thought I was finished.
You have murdered my sons and disgraced me before my
Crikey
queen.
noses.
But soon, the Ascaris will complete its task and bring you to me.
Oops. No, the Ascaris will not
You've been
complete
seen.
its task. Because I won't let it. Oh, what a crappy jump that was. I'm gonna get my Rubido though. Kind of smashed that for nothing. Cool. So you see that thing that's on the ground there? That's actually a mod. So I pick it up. It's a damage mod, of course it is. So you got to keep your eyes out for that. So Warframe's not the type of game where you'll be seeing weapons drop. They do drop from time to time, but it's only a couple of specific weapons that drop from enemies, and most of the time you'll be annoyed to see them, rather than happy, but that's life. Anyway, let us continue. Alright. Is this what we're looking for, is it? I don't know what that was or what it did. Okay. Gave me the segment I
We
needed.
have what we... Wait. Tenno, coordinates in this nav segment put the Galleon on a direct course to a convoy of colonists. You have a
So
choice.
this wasn't the last
You can
mission.
extract now, or you can disable this Galleon and save the colonists. Saving the colonists could jeopardize
So
this
this is
mission.
giving me an
I
option. And it's
recommend
really
you
funny
head
because
straight
this
to
is the only
extraction,
mission in
but
all
the
of
choice is
Warframe,
yours.
I think, from memory, that actually gives you an option between two endings.
The Ascaris failsafe is attacking your systems.
I don't
Your
remember
shield
it ever
capacity
happening
has just been
again.
halved.
Could be
You're
wrong,
wasting
because I had a
precious
terrible
time,
memory, so
Tenno.
another mod's dropped. Let's pick that up. And it's another damage mod. It's useful though. Steel Fiber's a good mod. So we are going to save the people. Of course we are. Why would we not save the people? We're not pricks. Here we go. Serve the servants. Okay, so this is teaching us about a game mode called Sabotage. So Sabotage is you go, you find a machine, you sabotage it, you get the fuck out. So what we're sabotaging is the ship itself. God, if I can
You've
find-
reached the ship's power systems. Destroy the reactor.
And I can't hack either. Oh, come on. That's better. Good luck, guys.
Destroy the fuel injectors.
So, now we destroy the fuel injectors. Have a shitty weapon for destroying fuel injectors. So, we're getting there. Just miss everything from it. Last one? Last one? Last one? Yes.
That should take the pressure off the colonist
So we've
ship.
just sabotaged
But you
the
need
ship
to get out of
and
there.
accidentally
Get to extraction
getting that
before the
damn thing.
reactor goes critical.
And now we get out. So because we've sabotaged the ship, now there'll be little bits of fire and melty stuff happening all over the ship. Just to make things exciting. It's not really going to kill you. It can harm you if I walk on it. Oh! But, it's not going to kill you.
Doors are locked.
Just get
Time to
out.
break in.
I am not sure where to go. Ah. why you have a map. Young man. Okay, so it's telling me that... There it is. So she said doors are locked.
Override
so
successful.
Find that yellow,
Let's get going.
Lock to unlock the doors. Now I can progress. This is the end of the mission. I got myself another damaged mod. Whoop-de-doo.
The colonist ship has been lost. I know it was a difficult choice, but many more
Again,
in the
we got
future
some good mods,
depend
but
on
they're all
your survival
damaged.
today.
So I'm really looking forward to getting out of this section. I'm hoping that the next mission is the last one, because I was going to stop after an hour, but I really would like to get that first section of the game under my belt before I end episode 1, so let me see how we go. Okay, now they're going to talk and waste my time. So
When you are
Foundry
ready,
segment.
proceed to the navigation console.
Okay, now we go.
The detonator is charging up. You need to bring Vor down.
Let's
He
do
thinks
it.
he can capture
Let's
you
kill him
again.
good.
Don't worry.
Kill him to
I
death.
will be with you. Let us show him how
Thanks,
much
Liz.
you have learned. Are you ready, Tenno? Facing Vor
Yes,
is
I
the...
am. So I was showing you before the chat. So here you can see I can message a squad, I can message the region, which is basically everyone else in this region, which I should be on the Australian region. This is squad or clans, so this is where people can find clans or find other people to play with. And the last one that I didn't get to show you is trading, and that's where people try to sell stuff to other players using platinum. So you don't use real world money, you use platinum, which is in-game currency. It doesn't matter to you right now, but it will matter eventually.
This is our
So,
chance.
let's go
Vor
kill
has been stripped of his
old
elite
Vor.
guard. He is
Old mate
vulnerable.
Vor.
Take him out.
So again,
I
I'm just
could
going to
have
smash through
saved
stuff.
the Grineer,
Hi,
but
guys.
they cast me out. Maybe it's not too late to draw your divine blood. I will put you down like a rabbit Kubro.
I didn't expect that to happen. Okay, so this is just going to take me onto an elevator, but I can jump up there myself, so what's the point? I've played this game 100 too many times. I know exactly where to go.
Foolish den.
Alright, so I've got my second ability,
Your
which
corpse
basically
will
is
serve
a
us
magnet
well.
for all my bullets, so I can shoot them wherever and they'll always hit them.
Target spotted. Stay sharp. This one is a handful.
I want to use my ability, but
For my queen.
so you can see he's got a shield. Gotten rid of his
You
shield.
will join us, one way or
Where the hell did he
another.
go?
Cover me.
Okay, so now he's pulled his shield up and he's pulled some of the boots in. Either way, he's not. Oh, I died. I was about to say he's not that hard. Which is not, but I'm used to
Straight to
using
the Grineer.
hit scan weapons. He's bloody electrocuting me. Poo head. I want to get out of there.
Play with this.
Bloody mongrel.
This will hurt. Your corpse will serve us well.
Throw these faster. Anyways, oh, stop it with your little electrocuting thing.
You will join us, one way or another. Play with this.
Put his shield down. Get away from those electrical things when he throws them at you. make sure his little buddies are dead. Or not, whatever the case may be.
Strike through the
Then
Grenier!
get back down to getting it.
This will hurt!
And he's almost done. Good night, buddy.
Your corpse will serve
There
us
we are.
well!
Okay.
Tenno, look.
We
The
finally
Ascaris
beat them.
detonator has just disintegrated.
We wanna
It's as
get
if
the
it was
hell out of
directly
here.
connected to Vor. You're done here. Go to extraction.
Okay, see, now I'm a little bit lost. I don't know where to go. Up here.
You've been seen.
I've been stuck on that section before. Oh yeah, I've been seen. Almost done. Excuse me. And at the end of the training.
They won't be
So
bothering
that's now
us
the
anymore.
end of those
Let's
annoying
get out of
massive
here.
cutscenes. Cover up half of the screen. Now they're all little. They still happen fairly often, but they're much smaller. And yeah, there's still a lot of talking in the game. You can't escape that. Didn't get much. Got a lot of credits, but that's about it. That's life. And we're flying back. Flying. And we're in our ship. Here we are. So that was the end. Now,
You've done it, Tenno.
Lotus is going to talk to
Vor's
us for a bit
Ascaris is gone. You are free now.
about how now we're free and we can
But
do
your
whatever
work
we
has
want.
just begun. The origin
That's a
system is in
healthy origin
chaos.
system.
And it needs you, Tenno.
Certainly does.
Vor was just a part of the Grenier
Okay.
machine. And we have seen that the Corpus have begun amassing weapons of their own. It is a dangerous time.
Ordis will gladly assist the operator in cutting a bloody path in whatever mission they choose.
Okay, good to know.
We will be at your side. There will be others too. It is time for the Tenno to return. So, what mission will you do next?
Alright, so I don't even know how to turn up the audio on my mic. We'll figure it out. Okay, so basically what's happening here is... I should have gotten Excalibur. I forgot about that bloody skin. So what's happening now is we've just been set free to do whatever the hell we want. And if you know anything about Warframe, that means a hell of a lot, because there's all these silly missions all over the place, plus there's all of the quests. And, you know, you've really got to unlock everything before you even get to endgame. And that took me 90 hours to get to endgame. So this game is crazy. Let me see if I can find... Nope, that's the wrong button. I'll figure it out for next time. I've been told that my microphone is a little bit quiet, so I'll do some research, because I am using Twitch, I'm not using Mixer, and because they've removed that, or maybe I can double press the dealy what's-it. Nope, doesn't let me easily get back to Twitch. Doesn't matter. We're at the end. So yeah, essentially what we'll go through next is how to progress through the system, how to get from Earth to Venus to Mercury to Mars and so on. And we'll go through there. And yeah, we'll see, we'll learn about Warframe together as I learn about how to use the Xbox. Anyway, thank you for joining for episode 1. Hopefully it was useful.
Ordis is
gone through all that sort of
angry.
stuff, so I'm happy.
I may require maintenance
We'll
after
see
all.
how we go from here. Peace. I'm out. Let me open up Twitch and see if we can find some... Oh, I can see settings buttons. Don't know if you can see that. And, microphone volume. There it is. Ha! I figured it out. Paddo. That should be better, because I turned it up from 70% to 100%, so if it's too loud, let me know. It can't go up any more than that. Cool. Anyway, again, that is that. I will stop the broadcast now, and I hopefully will be doing this every Sunday, just for an hour, just to teach people how to play Warframe. Be good. Peace. I'm out. Bye.